Hey guys, Trampa John coming at you another Diablo 4 video. Alright, on this video, what we're going to be talking about is going to be the actual capstone dungeons, and more importantly, is it worth getting to World Tier 4 like this so early in the game? You will notice that I am currently still only level 53. I did jump up about 13 levels today, somewhere around there. Sorry, started at 44. I jumped up 9, and I'm still probably have another hour of grinding left, so we'll probably get a couple more. We're actually leveling super quick, but notice that I've already unlocked Nightmare 3 and Torment. Should I have done that? How did I do that? And it doesn't really make sense for you, the viewer, to do this as well, or should you be slowly playing it, so on and so forth. So those of you who did not see my previous videos, I did mention that, hey, I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get all the skill points here. So if I actually go in here and I see all these here, you can see that I've gotten all of them across the board, all the skill points now. Obviously not all total 50 because I am only level 36. However, I've done this, and I've also acquired a full set of legendaries the entire way down, other than one missing one ring. These are not all the correct legendaries. However, they are good ones that are going to modify the amount of damage that I'm gonna be able to put out when we're gonna go do this capstone dungeon. So we're gonna go ahead and give it a shot. Hopefully I come right back to you guys when I have a little bit more information that lets you know how exactly it went. Okay, so like you guys saw, I did get obviously all the skill points. I got all the skill points. We tried that dungeon. I immediately ran it right after hitting record on that video. And funny enough, as you can see from my current status in World Tier 4, clearly I made it to the capstone. Did I do it on my own? Absolutely not. It was actually the capstone dungeon, which is located right here. That battle was hard for me. Me and Kaylin, a clan member of ours, we tried to do it at the same time to unlock World Tier 3 because we wanted to kind of progress a little faster. We could just barely do it. When I was at level 36, I did have my skill points. Now, I think if I would have had maybe 3 or 4 more levels and a couple more skill points, I do think I could have done it much easier at like level 40, or even if I had just halfway decent gear. Most of the gear wasn't good, but we had to call for help. So someone came in actually mid-run, helped us finish it out, made us get to World Tier 3. Once we hit World Tier 3, we had to make a decision. And this is the decision we're going to talk about with you guys and everyone else. The new decision is essentially, should you hurry up and rush to World Tier 4? Should you stay in World Tier 3? What should you be doing in World Tier 3? Should you be farming malignants, or should you be doing sigils, right? Because you kind of need both. There's a few options, right? There's some things to be discussed as far as why you would do this, why you wouldn't. So for example, if we go up and we pull up my renown guide here, you can see that now that this is unlocked, right? Well, this is locked because I haven't gotten this one yet, but I can acquire them all, right? But notice that this is going to help me too, because now I'm level 50. So if I really did my work, I could say, hey, I'm going to go do all fractured peaks. I'm going to go ahead and stack those extra 4 paragon points very early. So if I get those very early, that's going to help my build here at level 53. I'd probably get those renown. It would probably take me up to what, 55, 56. So I'll be at like 57, and I'll have an additional 4 points on top of the 5 that I already had, which is huge. Like, your paragon board is going to start filling up very quickly. So is it worthwhile to jump to World Tier 4 and struggle and go slow to do this? Absolutely not. As you can see, I'm in World Tier 4. My party just ended because the guys running with me had to go home, or well, I didn't have to go home, they had to go to bed basically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to World Tier 3 because I can just barely squeak by World Tier 3 at the moment, and I'm gonna go do sigils. Now, the reason why I'm going to do sigils is because if I can do some of my lower level sigils, like level 11, I think I can just barely do. If I can do some of those, what that's going to allow me to do is get a lot of XP to gain it up, get my skill points and my paragon points, so that way I can then unlock the next capstone dungeon. Well, I shouldn't unlock it. The next one's actually Uber Lilith. I doubt I even beat it. Anyways, the point of this is should you have someone rush you to this point, or should you just kind of slow roll it and play on your own? You can 100% slow roll it and play on your own. There's nothing wrong with that process. However, what I would recommend is that you definitely want to go ahead and have someone come in here and get you leveled up. You want to get them to help you get the capstone dungeon done so you can get to World Tier 4. So that way, one, you can see what you have here as far as what you got left to get to this area. And then unlock it, obviously, when it does happen, right? The other part is the simple just state of the game of, okay, now that you've got World Tier 4, you know, you can kind of better judge where you at. If you didn't have World Tier 4 unlocked, let's say you just go with the flow of things, you stay in World Tier 3, at some point World Tier 3 becomes super easy open world, and you don't notice it because you're running the sigils, right? At point, you're muddling your levels, and you don't really know. But if you have World Tier 4 open, what you can do is occasionally, after a couple runs, go hop over to World Tier 4 and see how open world feels. The second open world feels decent is going to be helpful. Now, a lot of people on the previous preseason really went hard to get to World Tier 3, World Tier 4 immediately. The reason being is because they would have an item drop, and the way the items dropped was more closer to your level. So you could go to World Tier 4 and get very good gear, or at least decent gear that would drop at your level. Now with the changes in gear, you're going to notice that I have several right here that are level 60, because that's what the monsters that I've been facing have been, and I can't use them yet. I have to wait until I hit level 60 so that way I can actually use them. And why is this? Because I farmed them in World Tier 4. Notice that a Fractured Peaks is level 55 here. So yes, it does make a difference, okay? So don't feel like you need to rush to get there to get this gear. However, I am going to go ahead and hold on to some of these because I'm going to get there super quickly, and then maybe they'll still be worthwhile. Some of them probably won't, like that one right there definitely won't make the cut. But some of them are pretty decent. They're decent grades from what I have currently anyways. And it's just one of those situations where they're nice to have, so it is good to go to World Tier 4 with someone else to do that. But at the same time, if you want to grow your character, if you want to have more forward progress, whether on your own or in a group, I really would recommend you stay in the area that you can farm the best. I would not worry about running to World Tier 4. My friends, it's nice because they're like, hey, let's run these World Tier 4 dungeons. I know you can't really do a whole lot in them, but at some point you'll be able to, and then we get to progress our accounts as well. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm here for a ride, I guess. That's fine. But it does work out well because you get a massive amount of XP, especially in the Nightmare dungeons. That is, even though it has been nerfed, is still very good leveling. And honestly, overall in general, I don't really think it matters too awful much if you have World Tier 4 unlocked right away, if you can't really do it, because if you don't have that group of friends, it's like, hey, can we do this? What are you gonna gain from it, really? But like everyone else, to each their own. And who knows, maybe you're just a completionist and you want to have it done. That's also fine and dandy. Nothing wrong with that either. But I just wanted to go ahead and touch base on that so that way you guys know, like, hey, is it worthwhile to go straight to Tier 3, Tier 4? Should I rush? Should I just do forward progress? How do I get there? Well, dungeons are your ticket. Focus on your renown, get your skill points, and basically just kind of like, I would say just generally unlock things as you go. Like, pay attention to, okay, well, let's get all the dungeons here on this one and do this, that, and the other. Like, that's then, okay, do that, you know, like focus on something, move forward with it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Hopefully this helps you, or at least gives you a little bit more insight, so to speak, on World Tier 3, World Tier 4, whether or not you should be going for them immediately, if you should be waiting, whatever the case may be. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.